Smaug versus Drogon, a comparison. This comparison is going to be between the great fire dragon from Middle-earth, Smaug, and the largest and most aggressive of Daenerys' three dragons, Drogon. It's no secret that Smaug is definitely among one of the most famous dragons to have ever appeared in film, and Drogon isn't too far behind either when it comes to popularity. He's the only living dragon of Khaleesi and is believed to be the reincarnation of Balerion the Black Dread. But you ever wondered what would be the outcome if the two dragons went head-to-head against each other? What are the pros and cons that each dragon has over the other? Well, let's compare. So in our first round, let us start with their physical features and appearance. In The Hobbit, Smaug is presented with a long head, red scales, enormous wings, and gleaming yellow eyes. He has a deep, resonant voice with an underlying growl. As for Drogon, he's the largest of Daenerys' three dragons. Most of his scales are black, shadowing red ones that run down his back and neck. His wings and frills are a mix of black and red, down to the wing bones, which are black. His eyes are orange-red. Moving on to the next round, which is based on their size. Smaug's actual size is unknown, as it's never explicitly mentioned in The Hobbit, and illustrations by Tolkien and Alan Lee greatly vary in size. But our estimations suggest that he had a wingspan of 390 feet, length of 427 feet, and weighed a massive 600 tons. As for Drogon, he's grown considerably over the course of 7 years, from the size of a kitten to the size of a large whale. And according to our estimations, Drogon is 223 feet long and weighs 333 tons. With that, it's pretty clear-cut that Smaug is definitely larger and almost twice the size of Drogon. So Smaug draws first blood with the size round. Now let's take a look at their abilities. So as far as abilities go, the great fire dragon from The Hobbit has quite a few tricks up its sleeves, or rather scales. Being a fully grown dragon, Smaug was both massive and powerful, possessing super strength, flight, fire breath, armored scales, tail weapon, acute senses, human speech, intellect, speed and agility, and heat endurance. On the other hand, Drogon, the winged shadow, has quite similar abilities as well, being a dragon himself, and these include flight, fire breath, strength, speed and agility, and dense scales. As you can see, even in terms of abilities, Smaug carries an upper hand, not only because of him having more tricks under his belt, but also because even in all the other similar abilities which both possess, Smaug's ones are a notch or more higher than Drogon. When it comes to armor, Drogon can be pierced by spears. Smaug, except for one spot, is immune from any attack. So with his supreme abilities, Smaug wins this round as well. Now we arrive to the final round of our comparison, and this is where things can get a bit unpredictable because this is related to their weaknesses. When it comes to weaknesses, Smaug doesn't have many, and as we've already seen in The Hobbit, his only noticeable weakness is his greed. Smaug desires treasures and gold, although we don't really know what use they can be for a dragon. Apart from his greed, another weakness is a missing scale on his left breast. As for Drogon, he has quite a few of them when we look at his weaknesses: arrows and spears, low temperatures, and a thin underbelly. So it's pretty clear that even in terms of weaknesses, Smaug is pretty much invincible, with the only potent one being one missing scale. To sum it all up, Drogon relies heavily on his breath weapon and seems clumsy on the ground, while Smaug was able to attack an underground city and drive out its army, then barricade himself in, which is an extraordinary feat in itself. Apart from that, Drogon needs to eat regularly, say every few days, to maintain his strength. Well, Smaug usually remains hidden underground and only comes out very rarely to feed, but there's no change to his strength and health. And the most interesting thing, and a remarkable advantage that Smaug has over Drogon, is his intellect. I mean, Drogon is no slouch and seems to have the brains of a dog, but Smaug can speak, plot, brood, and has the intelligence of a devilish evil spirit with centuries of experience. Certainly equal and maybe even superior to most humans. Moreover, even George R.R. Martin admitted in an interview that his dragons wouldn't be able to beat Tolkien's Smaug in a fight.
Somebody started an argument online recently. I got an email about it, about if Drogon could beat Smaug. And, you know, as competitive as I am, and I would like my guys to win, basically, no, Drogon is a very young dragon and still, you know, barely large enough to get Dany into the sky. You know, pretty formidable, and Smaug is gigantic. Not to mention the fact that Smaug, like, talks, and would probably have an intellectual advantage.
Smaug is huge, ancient, powerful, and intelligent. So that settles it. It's Smaug who undoubtedly wins this comparison. Well, that was all for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you around next time.